Okay, so this is a little sketch that I wrote just to try to figure out the 2x2 breakout pad from Sparkfun for the buttons and RGB LEDs and all that. Uh, Myself and a guy from the forums had some trouble with it. I've implemented the use of Event Fuse, which is an interesting library that just allows you to set different timers for different things. Okay, so all of the Event Fuse objects have already been instantiated up above outside of the setup function. So here what we're doing is setting up how our fuses are going to work. It starts, your first variable is fuse length and then repeat count, and then your callback function, which is whatever function is going to run when it runs through enough fuse clicks, like it's ticks. So I've got random numbers for my ticks through, and then it'll do this 20 times, and then it'll stop basically. This is just a check at the start of the loop function to check and see if all of the fuses have finished. If they have finished, what it does is creates a new fuse that only runs once, and it just calls to the Randy colors out function. And then it sets a flag so that you know that it's happened. The LED ignite functions just control your RGB LEDs. They send red, blue, and green and set them ground and high, and then they set a flag to see whether or not your fuse is finished. The tick function just makes calls to the burn function, which is part of the event fuse library. All it does is count your fuse down by 1 each time tick makes a call to each fuse. It's pretty simple. The LED color function, it just controls all 4 LEDs. It's an easy way to set all of your LEDs to a steady color and pass in which colors you want in just one simple line. It doesn't really require any explanation other than that. Randy colors obviously sets a max for red, green, and blue. Nothing else to it. Randy colors out is what happens after the initial lights blinking all over the place when you start it up. All it does is have the LEDs flash in pretty much random form, but it's not entirely random, but just going through different colors that are chosen randomly. So what it does, it checks to see if the fuse has run out, and the first time through it has. It makes a call to Randy colors to set the random max values for colors, and it checks to see which color got the highest number and sets the new fuse to run that many times through. It then sets all of the LEDs to different colors to keep a steady base, and checks what LED it is going to work on, and then sets the RGB pins and grounds for the correct LED. I know this code is terrible, but it's been a long time since I've programmed, and I was just trying to work it out in my head. This code has not been cleaned up yet in the video, but it will be by the time I upload it, so hopefully this is helpful to someone. Obviously the flashing LEDs look much better in person. The camera can't really capture how it looks. Also, there's some code included in this sketch that handles receiving input from the buttons. My buttons are kind of messed up, so I'm not really using it for that right now, but I thought that I would leave it in case anyone gets anything of value from it. Okay, enjoy.